Hi folks, we are going to watch a recording of a Martell game from round 6. So Martell against Lannister, not going so well. It's 4-2 in favor of Lannister. And game 7 is the one I played against Bobby. And I will show you the recording. You can see it from my perspective. Yeah, I was trying to predict what Bobby would do in this game, and he's not played his bestow concept in every round so far, but mostly he has, and Reigns has been spent now, so I was looking at Faith Militant as a possible option, or maybe Banner Kraken, because Martin played Banner Kraken with bestow and guessed pretty well there, and this Gift of Mercy with Lords and Ladies was supposed to be a counter to that, won all the games in testing against hypothetical Faith Militant pretty easily. But as you can see, it's an hour-long video, so things didn't go so well on the day. So we have a decent setup with Melario spending all 8 gold, and we go Miha to get more plots in the used pile, half a chance of getting Quentin in play without kneeling if we find Ricas or Galtown, and it's into Bran the Builder, so Summer Harvest would be 7. Could also go late Summer Feast because there's the run, but okay, happy with 7. And the dupe for Melario, very nice, which means Melario and Doran are possibly here to stay now. I have Meadowlark, which also lets me play the Tapestry if I want it. Now does the gold work out? So if I kneel both reducers, I would basically have 10. That's 6 for Doran, 1 for Meadowlark, and 1 for the Tapestry on it. I have in the runs game for 1 more if I really need it, but probably don't, right? I could also not kneel the reducers. The thing is, not letting Bobby trigger Bran the Builder too many times would be nice, because there's no Casterly Rock, no Iron Bank, and no Flea Bottom. But yeah, I can't do everything. So here's the run, and looks like we're just playing Sandstead and leaving the Tapestry in hand to be played another time. Makes sense, because it will be difficult to win by 5 this round to flip out of Summer Harvest, and Summer Harvest is pretty neutral. It's not like Late Summer Feast that you want to flip out of. So the plan for this round then would be try to win with the run because of his insight, and try to play around Bran the Builder a little bit, but there's plenty of gold, and the military icon would pretty much guarantee things. But okay, Bobby has Casterly Rock in hand already. Takes the tempo hit, and Mord I do not care for. He can, well, it's first of all a military icon that can just win because I don't have any defense, but he can blank the run, and then all the strength gone. And the green fork easily discarded. Comes back if you win Intrigue by 5. Okay, maybe not this round, but in general pretty easy. Could have won by 5, I guess, on this particular board. But now what? Five cards in hand, 1 in shadows. That's not coming out. Unless it's Regent's Guard, but that's not coming out because it's not getting rid of the duped Harry Swift. If I pass, I can defend everything except military. I give Bobby 1 trigger, right, of the Bran the Builder, and that's it. But I don't get anything either. he's not gonna attack into my characters to give me give the mercy triggers and insight on the run, right? So if I want that, I have to do it myself. Then I'll lose 2 challenges for the price of winning one, of getting 1 card for the insight. Is it worth it? Well, we're going for it. And we see what we get. And these Gift of Mercy triggers are really nice because Bobby tends to play 3 resets in his deck. And some cards cannot be saved, like the non-uniques. They will go in Morghulis surely, right? So Hand's Judgment discarded is pretty nice because part of my win condition basically relies on playing events. And now if Bobby does 2 challenges, so Intrigue I defend, Power I don't successfully defend, so, and then he has Military, so he can get the 2 Brand Builder triggers its limit to anyway, so I can do Power to get another Gift of Mercy trigger. If he doesn't defend, he can try to get the trigger on defense instead. Agenda is not relevant this round. And there we are, see if that investment was worth it in the end. And I can defend 1, even if Mord blanks the run. Melario can still defend the Intrigue. Now let's see. Iron Bank and Flea Bottom are the ones I don't particularly want to see. There's the Iron Bank, it was the top card as well. Or was it? Is it displayed like that on the Iron Throne always, that it shows you the search for card as the top card of the deck? And here is the easy Military. Well, dupe for Castle Rock, not that problematic. I wasn't gonna get rid of the original one anyway. And all in all, not the greatest of rounds. And still I don't have anything that would let Quentin stay standing. Okay. Blanks Melario, which means the run is not immune. Now if Morghulis is played, gets rid of the spy before I get power for it. But Melario and Harry Swift stay, and that's Morghulis gone, so can't say that I'm overly worried about a super early Morghulis. And it doesn't come. Enemies in every shadow, okay. Yeah, that's one plot I wasn't counting on when I tested against a hypothetical build. Global Plus was 1 strength, messes up my shadows if I had any, which it's unlikely. I mean, I have a Kindly Mender who is not going through shadows, there's no need. And Bobby doesn't have the plus strength at the moment, but he can very easily, and I can very easily forget about it if that card then suddenly comes out. 1 token for Meadowlark eventually can find Ricasa, but I'm not counting on it because Bobby plays Seized a lot. The one good thing that's happened is I got Galtown, which means now I can play Quentin, duped Quentin, and he doesn't nil. Didn't want Tyrion though. There's my... I could have sacked that immediately, but I mean, would have been a waste if Bobby didn't have seized immediately. Tyrion is... I can defend the Intrigue and Power pretty well with my superior strength, but the stealth means that now I'll have to worry about pinch most of the game as well, which kind of sucks. Only kept 1 gold though, so not going to annoy me with the Hound just yet. And I have to play the Guard Town to be able to play Quentin. Yeah, just thinking whether I should reduce. Do I need the 1 gold? Yeah, it's going on the locked Meadowlark. It is what it is. 3 used plots now. Just thinking probably here that I could go into exchange and have 1 gold for Doran's game. I also can play in Doran's name, which would get me up to 4 gold now, and would be a surprise kindly man if I needed it, I guess. Though it is my last character, but I'm well duped now. Intrigue by 5, not the best thing for me. No, the 7 cards yet. Guessing Sparrows might be a possibility from Shadows at some point. But you need the 7 card for the power. I know there's gonna be Begging Brothers, but probably also Starry Sept, maybe Lancel. Lancel stops some of my stuff, right? The one, I mean, that doesn't count. Power on Lords and Ladies. I think the previous one isn't the 7 anyway. Okay, so what's coming? Yeah, going with enough strength to enable pinch, right? So I can't just leave it, and Melario is not strong enough to win, which is slightly unfortunate here. On the other hand, I mean, I could now play the Kindly Man with that plan that I had. I could defend the Intrigue just about. Yeah. Get another token on, and I still have 2 standing characters. Suspend Quentin on the power challenge if it's a pinch threat again. Otherwise, he's still there to do a win by 5, right? So it's not too bad. It's cost me again a lot of cards. Bobby does know that I don't have any additional characters, I guess, but yeah. I could still lose this if Tunnels is one of the cards in Shadows, but that wouldn't be too bad. Still not pinch happening from that. Win on defense. Get the token. And yeah. So if the last Tunnels is Shadow 2, I think. If the last 2 cards are Tunnels and Pinch in Shadows, then it's not the best. I could defend with 12 on the other hand. Get Doran's. Oh, actually, he doesn't. Was he blanked by? No, Melario was blanked by Mort, yeah. So get his insight and get exchange triggered on defense. Bit of a waste of a round for me, because I could have done challenges back, but I think triggering the tapestry to get exchange, because I'm down on cards is the priority here. So I want characters. What am I getting? I'm getting a dupe of the tapestry. I'm getting probably the econ location, maybe Greenblood, which can be seized. Getting a character Ricasso. Did I get Ricasso? Not a dupe of anything that was already in play, and I think the other choices were all bigs that can gain power, so... But I can't complain with Ricasso. Maybe Bob is thinking I'll blank Doran, so Ricasso's not that impactful, and Doran's game probably has some hand judgment or something. Second token on the reducer. And are we getting Mord? We are. To blank the immunity again, so now if the Harris is played, he goes. If Morghulis is played, he also goes. Now would be Harris and Tyrion against Milario and Quentin. That's a better deal. Yeah. And Bobby wins initiative again, which is slightly annoying. I get some power. Unfortunately, couldn't put the third token on the reducer. I could if I didn't defend so much and did a challenge back instead. But the problem is that then I wouldn't have played exchange, and I'd be kind of screwed now with potentially no characters. I am on 8 and pressure's on, but drawing into 2 non-characters is not what I wanted. Now I have more gold than I can spend again. So I guess Greenblood's coming into play. Well, I have 10 to work with. So he would cost 5 plus Greenblood plus Princess Attendant standing. Although not actually threatening Duran's game is a little bit sad. Could I... Yeah, decide not to play the Greenblood. I can play to the Spears, win by 5, get exchange, see what happens. And I'm hoping nothing much comes in. Morghulis and no gold mine or anything, so doesn't have actually that much gold. Of course he can spend the Iron Bank to Marshall, but he's not going to have it left over for challenges to be super annoying with tunnels and stuff if Tyrion wasn't there. But Tyrion is here. To the Spears without having any actual benefit is not great, but I think I might have to. Now with Tyrion's stealth, even with 0 claim, I will really struggle to play around pinch, and Begging Brother is now the 7 card. It's gonna cost me power, so this didn't go too well this round. I needed something bigger to come in. in Old Hawk. Then you play to the Spears. You have two characters with renown that do power challenge. They can do two other challenges. In the meantime, you go exchange and you can draw Duran's game. I can attack power with 13. It can be defended against the win by 5, but it spends everything, including the 7 character that needs to be participating and the stealth character. So it's a good deal for me. Okay, it's just going to normally oppose. Well, nothing to do now except for go another exchange and see what we get for it. Then I have close call left to resurrect Doran, I guess. Well, not an event. Up to 11. Couldn't push win by 5 through with Duran's game anyway, but it would be game 1 if I triggered it here. I have Hand's Judgment to protect it as well. So here I was thinking I'm getting pinched, it's not gonna be fun. But Duran's game can win it and Bobby doesn't now that I don't have it, so if I just attack with everyone, problem is I can only attack with 8. And a single Regent's Guard would solve all his problems, right? Wouldn't need to put 2 characters into that one. Could attack with 6 or 5. Force him to at least oppose. Yeah, just go with everything. And whatever's left standing, Quentin's gonna do a challenge as well, and then whatever's left standing is just stealthable, so pointless. Has to spend 1. Has to spend Regent's Guard, I think. Doesn't defend well. So that's game lost for Bobby if I had Duran's game, right? Unless he has like 2 Hand's Judgment in hand. But I don't, so sad days, sad times. For me this was potentially game over here. But you can see there's half an hour left, so things will go downhill pretty quickly, as you can imagine. Okay, we have renown on these guys, so okay, Harris now escapes and more strength comes in. I think it was easily okay, doesn't want to lose this one, fair enough. I think it was easily defendable against Donan's game, just defend with the Regent's Guard, right? You can still do your 1 pinch and get power with Begging Brother, surely. Intrigue doesn't even bother with power. Just maybe there's the Hound as well. And nothing I can do. 4 power goes. Well, if she doesn't get discarded, then I'm still alright. Have so much trash in hand that's not usable. Oh, actually it's 0 climb anyway. Never mind. And I'm now actually over reserve, but look at the power total, 7-5. That's on a Morghulis turn where I was Duran's game away from winning. And I lose dominance, and I have gold left over that I couldn't properly spend. Just looking at the cards for reserve already. I have Meadowlark that's already in play. But if there's a Mad King's Command, I could potentially replay it without seized, and I have another Tapestry, which is terminal, of course. Would need to replay that as well. But if it is Mad King's Command, I mean, it's you then need to keep those cards in hand and not characters. So I gave up on that. Just gonna keep it, and it is exactly Mad King's Command. Well, I have Duran resurrected, which is good. We are 3 plots away from another Morghulis or another Mad King's Command. O'Hare is still a possibility. My main concern now is just pinch happening all over the place, and Bobby goes first, knowing that he can threaten that pinch. On the plus side, I draw my Duran. That's the pinch, surely. He can do a lot with the Iron Bank, but he can only keep 3 characters, so Regent's Guard in play rather than in Shadows, not great for him. He's gonna draw more, maybe try to get a dupe for Tyrion or something. Slightly annoying that that Reducer has 2 tokens. Would have been better with 3, but Bobby defended against the military very well. And Harry's Ghost doesn't need him anymore. Just gonna load up the Begging Brother. And some other stuff, of course. So, now what? Now I don't have an Endurance name. I have 9 gold to work with, and the Reducer would be 11. I have Melario and Duran who could survive that together, and I'd keep 4 characters, which is excellent. However, Begging Brother is there with 3 tokens, not gonna let Reducer be, right? And just calculating that I would actually need to play, yeah, just doing that to see if Bobby would cancel. There's not many triggers, so it's an easy call. I would now actually need to play Water Gardens and the Fiefdom, which would get me up to 10, and I can play Doran and Melario. I don't know if this was the right call, but there is Stealth and Pinch, and it's kind of a disaster. There's no dupes, but I'm losing so many cards. 2 I can play, and then there's 8 left in hand, which is really not nice for me, right? If I gave up on the Duran plan, I could get a Bodyguard and a Sandsteed back into play. Well, I don't know what was the better choice, but seems like this one was a legitimate option. And now what do we keep in hand? I guess Edric for sure, because we need characters next round to repopulate. Strength's not the best. Now we're down to 0 use plots physically, but 2 more for Ricasso, 1 more for Galtown, so it's not the worst. I think I keep this in play. It's a chance to play yet another exchange to try to refill the hand a little bit. Just thinking, if I'm not going to keep it, then of course I can keep seized so that it goes the discard pile rather than back into Bobby's deck. But I think I am going to just keep it. At this point it's just like an attachment. Okay, it stops me keeping an additional location, but and I have to keep Galtown, otherwise Quentin will just kneel. It's exactly 3 if I keep Galtown. Never could play that Grimblood, so I'm keeping Edric. Yeah, keeping both characters because I'm really struggling, and then Hand's Judgment is playable this round. I can still flip into some kind of Duran's game that I need to protect with the Tapestry. I think that's the right call, but yeah, difficult to see all those cards go to waste. Just thinking here a Sandsteed would have been nice. Now things are starting to get pinched as well, and it's not super reliable. Come on, click done, it's the right call. Yeah. Bob is losing a lot though, and here I considered, do I need to sort them? 32 cards. Then I thought, surely I'll trigger exchange and it will be pointless. I'm not reaching the bottom of the deck again. You never know. There could be a Benjicot and you need an ally at the bottom if you can or something. But yeah. Well, no military protection, no claim soak, I mean, no dupes. And at least there's no tunnels in shadows. We know that's pinch. It has to be. So I need to play around military claim and I need to play around pinch this round because I can't lose any board. And then next round I'll have the Reducer and Edric, and it will be a bit more manageable, I guess. If I can. I'm not even thinking at this point that much about it. I just want to see what Bobby does first. Of course, if he does Intrigue, he has gold for the Hound as well, which would then be super tough to defend against Pinch. Although to threaten Pinch on the Intrigue, maybe the military icon would need to go in. That's that worry gone. Quentin beats the Hound anyway, right? But yeah, the two, I mean, all three are 11 together, and if they start at the 6, and then Hound comes in to finish me off with the military claim. Yeah. Well, Quentin and Regent's Guard and the Hound can beat Quentin together, but then power isn't being done if that happens. Yeah, I'm playing around pinch here. I think I need to defend with at least 3. That means Ricasso. If one of the cards is Widow's Well, am I going to seriously defend with 7? Okay. That's really specific anti-Widow's Well defense. Not sure that was the call. But stealth is gone. I think that stops the threat now. Widow's Well was the threat, and now I don't think anything can really get me. He can do military icon like the Hound and kill one off. But that's about it. If he has the Hound, then forces Milario to defend because Pinch is still a threat. And Quentin defends against Regent's Guard, so And it is the Hound, okay. So in hindsight, defending against Widow's Well was a bit much. If I just defended with Ricasso, I think I would have been fine, probably. But okay, we'll see what the last card is. Maybe it is Widow's Well. If it is, actually, maybe just... yeah, it doesn't make any difference now. It would have on the Intrigue Challenge, but here not so much. Military he can win if he goes with both, and power he can win but can't pinch. So there we are. I have to oppose this as well. So would have had an extra standing character though. If I'd left Duran, he has insight and would have been useful. So I probably I mean, even against Greyjoy I played very defensively and it proved to be okay for me. This is interesting, so we'll see if it is Widow's Well now, right? Looks like he doesn't have it, because he lets me trigger this on defense. I guess better than letting me trigger it on attack. And what can we do? We go Behest into exchange, right? Increase the numbers for Quentin and Doran. What do I get? I'm not getting that Doran's game, am I? I'm getting a Hand's Judgment. And I'm getting either Milari or Ricasso. I'm not getting Andres Swiper or Old Hawk, which would have been excellent. Getting a Bodyguard though. It's been a long game and lots of these exchanges already. That's the third one, right? And I haven't drawn the Old Hawk, Anders or the Viper. Really rough. I need them to win the game. Losing 9-6 now. The Hound is in circulation. There's Stealth and there's Pinch in Shadows. At least some of the mystery has been removed now that I know the Hound is specifically there. And the Harris doesn't hurt me. Mord's not there, so I keep everything. So can't be the Harris. So do we go Time of Plenty, draw more? Do we go Summer Harvest? Because now I've had to lose all my econ. I mean, I could go Late Summer Feast, but I don't have cards that I could pay for, so it's pointless. And for exchange, I don't have enough gold, I don't think. So I think Time of Plenty, yeah. He's down to 2 cards, that's why I'm reluctant to play Time of Plenty, because he also doesn't have that much to hurt me with. So don't particularly want to give him the cards. In the end, I play this and just gamble that I'm going to get something I can pay for, which is not... I don't know, it's a dodgy call. Would have got 7 gold for Summer Harvest. Let him go first, so I'll play around the pinch first and then we do stuff. And of course I don't draw anything, so... yeah, Summer Harvest was the thing to do. Not sure why I gambled here. But yeah, I mean, chances are that at some point I'm going to draw one of the 6 or 7 costers. And now Goldmine will shuffle or filter the deck a little bit. And this guy's back, so he's just getting rid of all of my strength that was protecting me against the pinch triggers. And the save. And the Hound Gold still there. Oh yeah, and Bobby now knows that I don't have any reset because I've played all of my plots, so he's just going to play everything and start playing on the board. It's 9-6 in his favor, so he's not that far away from winning. He has the 7 card that can steal my power. And now he has Varys, he can call one of my bigs here. Which he doesn't. Guess he doesn't know which one. Maybe he might call Doran's game instead or something. But there was gold. I mean, Ironbank is there. Could have bestowed and then done cast a rock on him, right? Well, I will now also play out my stuff. There's no reason not to. Can't survive pinch, can I? Just a question, who gets the attachment? Could go on Ricasa now, because it's a lot of work to get him off the board, because he's duped and he's not that impactful. So probably will survive on him the longest. And Bodyguard is kind of useless because it doesn't protect against pinch. So guess if anyone's getting pinched, it's going to be Quentin to get rid of even that power that I still have left. Melario Doran should be kind of protected anyway against resets. There we are, 2 plots left. I don't know, is there gonna be a Duharis or are we just playing on the board from now on? I mean, if I draw Old Hawk and Viper and something, I'm fine playing on the board. Yeah, stopping Duran's game. Just in case, yeah, Hand Judgment was there for exchange, right? So I'm going to get more cards with the Tapestry if I win by 5 at any point. Duran's game is on 5, so it immediately puts me within reach of victory as well. I have 1 renowned guy, but it's a bit suspect. If Doran wasn't blank, Edric alone could have gone a long way towards actually defending this. He would be 7 strength. I could stop pinch on the Intrigue now. I don't think I can, so it's been started Doran. So all of my strength combined is 9, so it's pointless. So just letting this happen. Pinch's going to hand, maybe I can get it on the way back, who knows. Ooh, and this comes back. I have to put this one in the Intrigue challenge. So power now is less good for Bobby. Hound stays in play. So, okay. No more military icons. We do have Edric if you wanted an unopposed there. I mean, there's 2 defenders, but... Ooh, and Tyrion can, if I do Intrigue, Tyrion can get Hound gold back. So it's not very fun. 10-2. Can I push anything by 5? Because I'd like to flip out of Late Summer Feast and go another exchange. I have 10 on Intrigue plus Edric, so that seems like yes. Power is super important. I can win that with Edric alone. And military I can win if Bobby doesn't want to spend defenders by starting 1. I have, he doesn't have a limit, so begging brother to cancel Edric's is not a good investment. What are we doing first? Shouldn't we be doing Intrigue to flip out of the... Oh, we're gonna go massive power. Oh, we're gonna win by 5 on this one, okay. Well, last exchange, come on. Has to give me someone now, right? Yeah, has to give me someone. He can give me one of the useless events. And the location, I don't get a sense did. He called Doran's game, so okay, he gives me the money instead, which is not too bad because I'll have lots of it next round. And yeah, this one. Or the Gift of Mercy, half a chance it leaves play. Can I win another challenge? I can win this one with... I was thinking Insight, but actually Duran's been blanked again, right? Hound's not escaping, so... one pinch and one mystery card. If the pinch is gone, that's pretty good for me. Defense against the win by 5 anyway. And there's the third token, and pinch is gone, one mystery card. So 9-5 and we're back in business. I just need some cards. A big character, maybe a Duran's game. Although now I have to contend with, well, Duran's blank again, would have massive strength next round, and Varys is there to stop Duran's game victory, and we have Braun, who now has tremendous strength. I draw 3, Bobby plays Econ, might give me other cards. Think I have to let him go first again, right? Has my Econ as well. Yeah. 9 more minutes. We need another round for sure. And the dupe for the run still didn't draw any character that does anything on the board. Frustrating. Well, I don't want to see tunnels, I don't want to see another pinch. Guildhall he discards, searching for better. Guess I don't have many triggers and Edric doesn't have a limit, as we said. Flea bottom now. And yeah, it's gonna be another loaded Begging Brother. That's 2 options for the agenda trigger now, which sucks for me. But doesn't bother with Varys, why not? I mean, he's a key card, isn't he? Duping stuff, even with the possibility of getting the harassed in the last plot. This guy can go through shadows because I have the gold to spare. I don't think it keeps Bobby guessing that much because he gave me this guy. The rest of my hand is useless. What did he use Caster Rock on? Braun, Begging Brother and Seized. Okay, but he has enough Begging Brothers and Seized, okay, we have to keep refilling. Braun to get the tremendous strength, that makes sense. But why not Varys? Now, okay, apart from Begging Brother stealing power from me through Faith Militant, I wouldn't actually mind losing the odd challenge here. See what I can draw with Light Summer Fist. Gives Bobby unopposed though if it's military. Okay, it's not. Oh, yeah, this guy. Whatever. Would be nice to actually have Edric start on attack, so I have to leave it again. Come on. Yeah, Hound will escape, of course he will. And here I should have maybe, I mean, was going for a flea bottom. I should have made the calculation exactly how close Bobby is to actually winning the game. I figured I can't give him power because he's on 12, but Should have maybe taken the moment to examine the board state. Yeah, Duran's immune to the Harris at the moment. Yeah, power hasn't happened yet, so oof. Maybe it was the right call to have him draw. But actually doesn't do another challenge now, so yeah. Trigger the agenda on poor fellows. That will be going as well. That's not too bad. Well, one thing I don't have is that much time. I can't afford to spend 5 minutes here, so come on, let's get on with it. To the spears is quite valuable actually, because I'm not winning with it here, clearly. But I could be winning with it next round if I draw the Viper or something. Okay. Just trying to get a card for Light Summer Fist, and then we'll see. If it's the old Hawk or something, then I don't spend to the spears, right? Ooh, Anders. Well, that's better. Now it could be considered to just leave it. I'd like to also... I'm going down to 0 plots again. So doing that here wouldn't be too bad, so that you can build up again with Behest into something. What's my last plot still available? Is it some Summer Harvest or something? So would be nice to get a win by 5. What can we do it? Can do it on the military. Can we do it on the power? There's 10 on defense. Yeah, I calculated this in the game. And I would have 12, so I needed this guy. I mean, if it's to Harris, spending him is pretty bad, but this is the way to win by 5. So how much does he have with the Hound? Yeah, he would have 10 with the Hound, and Hound would be stuck anyway if he came out, so... Just 7 lets me trigger the thingy. Gift of Mercy, okay, I mean... It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, I'm not going to have enough of them. But there's the last plot, gives me a Sandstead as well, and I can play Behest. And I draw Old Hawk, so finally it was well worth it, and now I have 2 characters that give me a better chance of winning the game. Now what's Mort gonna do again? Throw the run out. Yeah. They do have natural... Well, actually Anders has natural renown, Old Hawk has 5, which is not great. But it is 11-7. Have to go with this, see what Bobby does. And this is very nice. And they could have blanked Melario, right? And now the Gift of Mercy is about to make a huge difference, because he needs to keep the 4 cost character there if he doesn't want to give me 2 power. That's quite a loss. I'm going first. Well, should I just do the Harris first? Losing 1 lord, but okay. Not the worst thing. And Bob is a little bit stuck. Maybe needs to even keep Mord. To keep my strength lower, but at this point he's not seeing any threats because I haven't had a big character in play ever in this whole game, so what's he going to choose? He has 3 gold on the Begging Brother, 3 power on the Begging Brother, which is not fun for him. So gets rid of the power, would have been on 11 and had a Faith Militant target. But prefers to keep Varys to stop the Run's game from being played. And has to lose Mord as well, so I get my strength back. And I'm gonna play the gold plot, yeah, because I need to get both of these out if I can. I should play really in Doran's name here, not pass, because of Varys. He can give him gold with Castle Rock with the first action, and then he calls whatever I don't marshal here. Although the problem is he doesn't know. These cards were not revealed, right, by exchange, so he might call it Viper and achieve nothing. That's the thing. Getting gold, not this. Yeah, I think might be keeping that Varys for calling events. Need to play in the Run's name first, really, because if I spend 12 and then I get a cancel, well, I have Hand's Judgment, honestly, so it's not a big deal, but maybe play this to see if I have the Edry gold and everything. I'm playing a little bit slowly just to give Bobby the chance for some actions, but doesn't do them. Get the horsey as well, preferably on Anders, who is not going to be removed. And then 4 power on Ricasso. Figured this was still kind of losing against Varys calling the correct stuff and Mord blanking Doran or Old Hawk, but actually I didn't know that. I didn't pay enough attention to the initiative because Bobby could trigger Mord in every round so far, but not now. Can't actually do anything, so the chances of stopping Old Hawk from giving anyone renown are looking a little bit slimmer. Could have a lot of Hand's Judgments though still in hand. That would mess with my plans. Tunnels, maybe, but doesn't give that much strength unless something else comes through shadows. Liking the power icons now. Was it the right call to keep Varys and not the Begging Brother? Would have been on 11. And if I didn't have the dream draw now in the end. Now the thing is, I don't need to get some magical win here, right? Do I? To get to 15, I just need to finish ahead, and it's 8-8, and I have the board state to compete in the challenges. He doesn't get any massive power, so just a power challenge. If I could trigger the Sand Steeds, I'm doing okay. Hound's just marshaled, I guess. We know he's in hand, but now he's there to be stealthed, honestly. Maybe he's calculating that the goal doesn't work out that well for him because he spent the Iron Bank and keeping 5. 4 for another Hound and 1 for Pinch. Okay, check the flea bottom stuff. So it's just one reducer. Gold mine has been spent and moored, which I'm reading him and I don't see that he doesn't work, so apologies in advance for over-analyzing this situation now and needlessly worrying about the thing that's not going to happen. One card, so if that's Hand's Judgment, I have Hand's Judgment to cancel the Hand's Judgment, so yeah. And if it's treachery, it's the same thing, so can give Edric the power icon. I'll give him another card though, actually. So if he draws a Hand's Judgment, then the other card is also a Hand's Judgment or something. But now it's, yeah, actually, we're past that because the Spears was the main thing. I have 4 Renown on this, which would be 12. Okay, and so unopposed is 13. If I trigger the Tapestry, it's actually 2 Sandsteeds. I wasn't even looking that far. I was thinking I win on the Intrigue Challenge or whatever, and I have Intimidate for Anders. I don't think this is happening for me, but just in case Hound wins the challenge. And am I getting my Doran's game? Yes. Stealth on Edric lets me stealth past Bronn, and I can intimidate him here anyway, so I think that would have been game if I didn't win on the power challenge. Yeah, surprised that it's already enough. Can have an embarrassing conversation here about Mord, which I didn't fully perceive. But okay. We'll end the video here because it was a long game. Hope you enjoyed it. Honestly, could have got those old Hawks and Anderses earlier and get the pressure on. Could have won with Duran's game when I was on 12 and Bobby didn't defend. But the end was looking hopeless. But really, just needed that one thing to enable a quick win. And yeah, got it from Bobby's late summer fist actually in round 6, right? And then he had Dohaeris. Even if he didn't have Dohaeris, I mean, he had more than he had the Bagging Brothers and stuff, but if things stayed in play, I was kind of okay as long as Mord didn't blank Doran. I had 0 initiative, I guess, if he had 0 as well. Could have blanked Doran, but I got some renown. I had Intimidate on Anders. I had Tapestry drawing into Doran's game there, so I think it was going in my favor towards the end, and whether he kept Bagging Brother or not made no difference. I think the only line he had, if he could see my hand, was just to trigger Caster Rock with the first action, then call the one character I didn't marshal, or preferably call Old Hawk somehow immediately. Although he couldn't do that, I could always just do the first action and marshal Old Hawk, and I don't think that was a problem that he could solve. So it's 4-3 and still gives us a chance to draw against Lannister if David wins the last game against Haruspex. So we do have that recorded. So thank you for watching and see you in the next one.